Welcome to Brothers on a Budget. It's been a minute, but we're back in it. And this here is a heater tank from Max Speeding. So what the story is with this, Scotty was looking for a heater for his camper van, but something he can use portably, so he can use it in his garage or the camper van. So we started looking around online and we came across these guys. Now Max Speeding rods have got products, got warehouses all over the world and products to suit every car. So they do everything from con rods, turbos, control arms, coilovers, pretty much anything that goes on a car, you name it, they'll probably do it. So check them out. That's Max Speeding Rods. We'll leave a link in the description. And a big thanks to them for coming through and joining the party and sending us one of these to trial out. So without any more further ado, let's unbox and see what's actually inside this thing. You want to do the honours, Scotty?
Like our diesel tank.
That is the tank. Now, just while he's unwrapping all that, I just wanted to mention that they do have factories all over the world, including United Kingdom, Germany, France, United States, and Australia. So what Max Speeding Rod's actually saying is, no matter where you are, you order, they will have it shipped within 24 hours. You can't beat that. And we know for a fact this got here really, really quick. So let's continue with the unboxing. That's our tank. That's our fittings and our pipes. We've got an instruction manual here. You know what's even better? The instruction manual's written in English. Well done, Max Speeding Rod. And there you go, that actually shows the links of all the warehouses everywhere. So they've actually got two. It looks like they've got one in Victoria and one in Sydney. Fast shipping. We have multiple warehouses all around the world. Fast shipping is guaranteed, and mate, they did come through. So that's them, Max Speeding Rods. Give them a try. Their coilovers are really good. Our cameraman Grant is actually running a set of coilovers from these guys, Max Speeding Rods, in his Corolla. Scotty in the past has bought turbochargers from them, and we've had pretty good runs with them. So here we are, and this is the main piece here, I think, Scotty? Here's the heavy bit. We've got like a bracket or something there. They've given us a plate. And this is the unit. Let's move that aside. There is more braid. Here we go. Oh, looks nice. That's a really nice finished product too. It looks pretty good. Made in China, but I mean everything else is these days. Looks like a really well finished product. Nice colours. 12 volt, 5 kilowatt. It's about as much horsepower as Grant's Corolla.
Excellent. Alright.
That's pretty cool. Alright, so what have we got? Oh, what's this?
That's our LCD and remote.
Oh, look, it's got a remote control too. That's pretty cool.
And that's...
So that runs off electricity and diesel.
So the electricity blows a fan through,
yeah,
12 volt, and must ignite the diesel or somehow get it up to temperature like an oil.
Can you run on both, or you have to run on both?
Yeah, it has to be on both.
So you can't go electricity specific, diesel specific?
No.
Okay.
No. Well, just electricity would provide airflow, but yeah, the diesel's what burns to give the heat. Yeah, so I didn't want something that was just purely electric because when I go camping, we don't have access to a lot of electricity.
Yeah.
So 12 volt, perfect. Doesn't shoot too much power on the 12 volts, but just fill it up with diesel from the servo and get the yeah. So when you're out camping, dirt bike riding or anything like that, this would be pretty handy out in the middle of the sticks, just with a full drive battery to run it and solar panel or two.
This is the main control switch. So this is the monitor, the LCD monitor where you can actually adjust the temperatures. Comes with a little handy remote control, which is just what you need if it's on the other side of your caravan. Makes it nice and convenient, and that plugs straight into the wiring loom. This is the muffler. So you're going to have a diesel engine running. You want to quieten it down a little bit. This is what you plug into the back of it to quieten it down. So the exhaust plugs into that. Comes in the kit ready to go. This is our air induction and fittings kit. So everything that we need to put air into the little engine and all the fittings we need to make it all work. So that comes in all the kit in that bag, ready to go. So these are all the pipings and fittings that you need to blow the air out. That's actually the vents. Those little rounded ones are the vents, and that's what you need to plug into the end and blast that hot air into your caravan or your room or whatever you're going to set the heater up in. If you know anything about engines, you know you need a fuel tank to keep that thing running, and that's exactly what this is. That is the diesel tank. Comes with the fuel pump, fuel lines, and some brass hoses and fittings. So this will make it all run.
Back with the install video for our air heater. Turns out the workshop's a little bit too small an area. Put up a picture of it. I didn't really want to drill holes in the wall because it's going to go into the camper eventually. So instead I've made up this mounting block. That way I can mount it all up here, easily demonstrate all the bits and pieces, and then we'll test it later on and see what gets to what temperature, just so for when we do install it in the camper, we'll know how much space to leave around certain parts and things like that. So we'll get started. Firstly, I'm going to mount the tank to this side. It is better to have the tank above, so it obviously flows down at least to the pump. You don't want it too far between the tank, the pump and the unit. This is really going to simulate our floor of our camper. So usually we'd hole saw through the bottom, and then we mount this bracket on there. And that's where I'm going to simulate what would be the floor of the camper. So we mount this on top, and that'll sit up like that. So great. Once the tank's mounted, we're going to secure the bracket to the floor. It comes with a brass line to fit to your existing car's metal tank or bus, motorhome, whatever diesel tank you may have, that'll mount to a metal tank. For the plastic one, I've just got this little nozzle to fit in there. We'll just get this bit of wire, feed it up from the hole till it comes out the top. There it is. Pop the nozzle in, don't forget that O-ring. And then we've got it out the bottom there. Then we've got another O-ring. Now the main unit, we've got a cover on the fuel line. They are studs in the bottom of the main unit. To make sure they were tight, I just put two nuts on, lock the nuts together and make sure the studs don't up tight. Then we've got our fuel pump and mount. Then our fuel line. We also also clips for the fuel line in here. Don't forget those. So now we have our fuel tank installed and nozzle running down into our fuel pump. Fuel pump should be sitting level, pumping back up to our fuel filter and then up into the machine. Next we've got the exhaust pipe, which is this one here. We're actually going to bend it that way. And we've got that silencer for the end. And now for the air inlet pipe. And the wiring loom. So I've got some diesel in the tank here. I've just wired it up to a 12 volt power supply. We can see how much current's going to through the cycle of warming up and heating up, all that process. So let's start her off. Turn her on. Currently drawing 3 amps, ramping up. So I thought to test out this heater, I'll hook it up to the duct I have running under my floorboards. I'll put a video up showing you that, which I usually run from this wood-fired heater behind me here. Anyway, we'll fire this thing up and then check the temperatures of everything, and then come back in an hour or two, see how everything's going. So I've had it running now for 1 hour. At 13 volts at 3 to 4 amps. The fuel pump, pulses, so it goes up and down a little bit, but probably between 3 to 4 amps once it's warmed up. Draws about 10 amps on the warm up for a few minutes. So about 40 watts. Not a lot of power really for a lot of heat. We haven't used too much diesel, about 40 degrees on the duct pipe coming out on the outside, and then in the vents in my floor, furthest vent's 27, closest vents are 36, so quite impressed with that. The house is currently, after 1 hour, I'm at 17.8 degrees inside and 13.2 degrees outside, so after an hour to heat a 4-bedroom house, yeah, stoked, unreal for such an affordable heater. Anyway, hopefully over the long term choose next to no diesel, and I might be putting it under the house, not in my camper after all. So in summary guys, this is a cracker of a heater. It's really stoked me. I really didn't expect it to work so well. For the value for money, this now it could be a standalone item. A decent sized car battery would last a fair while with that. It's surprising how well it heated my house. As I said, I ran it for a few hours at full bore last night, so I didn't really get any sort of measurements on how much diesel usage. I was just trying to see if what it would do to my whole house, and we got easily 5-6 degree change from outside straight away within half an hour. So that's unbelievable. The fireplace here usually takes about that to start warming up the house. So anyway, I can't wait to get it on the camper, give it a true test out in the bush. I have no doubt that it's going to heat the camper up without a problem. Although I have a large camper that's not very well insulated, it's nowhere near the size of my house, which I have children leaving doors open all the time, doggy doors and pet doors, so my house isn't really that insulated either, until the kids are in bed and the pets are asleep at least.
Now, big shout out and big thanks to Max Speeding Rods for supplying this kit. So today we've unboxed it all, we've seen what we got, set it all up and make sure it all works, and in the next episode we're going to install it in Scotty's caravan, and that's where it's going to stay for good. So once again, thanks for joining us on Brothers on a Budget. It has been a while, but we are back. There will be more content for you guys, so make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button, hit every button that you see, because we're done and we're out. Let's go.